Today, the House Democrats released a couple pages out of the Epstein files. There's about 12,000 pages of like these emails, and they decided to release three of them to show the public what they have. Just randomly, just release them. And we've been hearing Democrats been screaming about the release the Epstein files for so long. Like literally every time I talk about Trump, one person will just say something about the Epstein files. You're having all these YouTubers talking about it, saying, "Oh, they can release it." There's a lot of judicial hoops they have to jump through. Today they released three emails. So let's go ahead and look over it real quick. So here's one of the emails, and it says, "I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump." And it says victim, so that's covered. We'll get back to that in a minute. Spent hours of my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. The Democrats are thinking that this email is like the freaking silver bullet to Trump, right? Like, oh, they found it. Yes, 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 we found it. He's in charge, guys. He's part of this. Let's keep on reading this. Victim, Mar-a-Lago. Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked gasoline to stop. And pretty much this email is saying that Epstein will have political leverage over Trump if he says anything about Epstein or whatnot, because obviously Trump went against all he stood for when this came out. So the victims on here is covered, and they didn't release it, but then later on, the White House released something that kind of made these emails pretty much useless. They released that the victim on these emails, Virginia DeFrey, she was one of the victims that was on you remember that interview where they were interviewing all the victims, and they asked if Trump was involved, and all of them said no. Remember that? Well, she was one of the victims on here in the emails, apparently. This email that we have no context about. They could have been joking around for all we know. We don't know the context of these emails. It's just they cherry picked the parts to make Trump look bad. That's all these Democrats did. Just out of the blue released these. And they probably sat there and laughed saying, "Oh, this is going to work." And it's like people will defend Trump tooth and nail. And something like this coming out, a lot of people probably shook their heads and said, "There's probably a context behind it. This doesn't look right." So you would think, right, this is a failed attempt from the Democrats to make Trump look bad. That this always happens because they can't get anything on this man. He's untouchable. But this actually backfired on him. Tim Burchett actually said, "You know what? Enough's enough. Let's get this Epstein crap out of the way. Let's go ahead and just be transparent." So he made a bill, the Epstein Files Transparency Act. So he wanted to just get it out of the way, have everybody sign off. Hey, let's just release it. Everybody wants to see it, right? Both sides want to see it, right? The Democrats rejected it. The Democrats rejected this bill. This looks damning for any Democrat that sat there and said, release the Epstein files, because they are sitting there saying, this is all Republicans, this is all. They had a chance, and all the House Republicans said, okay, let's do it, let's get this out of the way. All the Republicans voted on it, and the Democrats said no, and it didn't pass. So that's the funny part about it, because all the Democrats said no. So don't give me that when you're sitting here on my comments, commenting the Epstein files. You guys look dumb. Big L for you guys. They tried to make Trump look like the bad guy, and it totally backfired on him. And honestly, this dude's the GOAT for doing this. He literally put Democrats in their place. They tried to make Trump look bad, and Tim here said, all right, let's just release the files, just like what you guys want, right? So this is him leaving the House after they voted no.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett just left the House floor, and I tried to do a UC, unanimous consent, of tried to get the Epstein files, get it straight to the floor, just to cut out all this nonsense. And, and the Democrats blocked it, oddly enough. Now here they've had it for 4 years, and they, obviously if there's something there about Trump, they would have released it. And now they're all, oh, let's get it out. Well, I just made a motion to bring it straight to the dadgum floor, and they blocked it. So this is politics. It has nothing to do with what's doing what's right. And it's Washington, D.C. to a T. And again, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, but they're probably not. Thank y'all for sending me here.
So, like I said, this man's a hero. He literally put a nail in the coffin for this Epstein crap. I don't want to hear anything about the Epstein files no more. I don't. And guess what? The ball's in your court now, Democrats. You got to deal with it because you said no. It was literally all those emails were going to get released, all 20,000 of them or whatever. And they said no. That's on you guys. That's 100% on you guys.
This upcoming bill to
and here's Tim again.
files.
Yeah,
That's why I just put a bill up. I just tried to move it ahead because what you're seeing right now is what exactly is going to happen, going to continue happening. Everybody's going to pull little piecemeal portions. Sorry about that. I got to animate. I'm Southern Baptist. They're going to pull portions of it out, and they're going to try to fit their own little narrative. Both sides are going to do it. You all know it. You're all going to feed upon it. Let's just get the dadgum bill out. Let's vote it out, and the Democrats oppose me on it. I mean, it's stupid. It's all about politics. It's not about taking care of young ladies who got abused, and we should take care of them. But there's a process in place. The Democrats have had it for 4 years and didn't do a dadgum thing. And you know if Trump was in that thing, Biden, the rest, and Kamala Harris, I mean, he's the Antichrist to them. They would have already had it out. What you got?
I was going to ask about health.
So, like, literally, Biden was in office for so long. He had 4 years. They were trying to arrest this man. They tried to put a bullet in his head. You would think that they would release it if he had anything to do with it, and he didn't. And the Democrats had a desperate attempt to make him look bad. One last ditch Hail Mary. I told you that New York win and, you know, California, the prop, which is actually in court right now, which I want to talk about that in a later video. That wasn't a big enough win. They try to yeah, we won. Let's go ahead and try to make Trump look bad. Deceptive people, man. Deceptive people in office, these Democrats, man. You know, I always talk about that the news is a bunch of washed up liberals that just want to destroy Trump. They're actually trying to push stuff on people now. They didn't do that with the Biden administration. They loved having Democrats. They just asked them like softball questions. They're pushing Jasmine Crockett on this.
This is an email from April 2nd, 2011. Republicans were saying that victim is Virginia Giuffre. As you know, she died by suicide. She's been very outspoken victim of Jeffrey Epstein. Here's the email right here on your screen. She wrote a book, as you know, and she did not accuse him of any wrongdoing. What do you make of that? And can you confirm that?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's redacted who the victim is, so I won't necessarily take the Republicans' word on who it is that's
it's
redacted.
From you guys.
And I don't know why they would necessarily redact someone's name who is deceased at this point.
The Democrats did that, though. The Democrats redacted.
No. I understand, but I'm just saying, like, our biggest concern is to actually make sure that we are protecting victims. And
it's so funny because they redacted it, you moron. They redacted it to make Trump look bad. I don't take the Republicans' word for it. I can't wait until she's out of office. One more year, we got to deal with this freaking crooked... What is she, a senator? No, she's a House member, right? I can't... Whatever, it doesn't matter. She's corrupt. She's a Democrat. It don't matter. I think this would be a final nail in the coffin for the Democrats, but it's probably not. They're probably still going to scream to the heavens that Trump needs to release the Epstein files, even though Biden's been in power for 4 years, and then it released. It literally tried to imprison and assassinate this man, but somehow didn't want to release the Epstein files because Trump was on it. Like, it makes no sense. It never did. Go ahead and like the video if you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. Go ahead and hype up this video. Let these Democrats know that the Epstein lie has been debunked, and they should honestly talk to their politicians about releasing them because clearly they're holding it up. And I'll see you guys in the next video.